This is Property 101 with Steve. Flipping, renovation, and property tips and tricks. I'm at the whiteboard, I'm in the field, I'm chatting to experts. It's 100% me, real and raw. Made possible by Saint-Gobain and Curve Gear.
So I completed the Project W house flip and we went to market. Now this is a true story of an offer to purchase I received on the property, and all I can say is beware of cash deals. So the 8th of September, I get a call from the estate agent. She doesn't even say hello. She says, "Can I make your day? I've got an offer for full asking price of 4.5 million and it's a cash offer." Immediately I was taken aback and elated, but I had that slight inkling of, is it too good to be true? Is an offer of that amount in cash a red flag? Maybe. I mean, it's not common to get such a high value cash offer, but I am used to receiving full asking price on my flips because they're brand new. So the estate agent did her job and took precautions. She insisted on a 50,000 Rand deposit due immediately, the balance of the purchase price due in a few weeks, and that the buyer provide proof of funds. These are great to have in the offer because if no deposit is received immediately or no proof of funds furnished, then you know there could be issues. And there were issues. No proof of funds were furnished. The buyer said the money was coming from an inheritance, but no proof of this was provided. A red flag. A few days go by and you guessed it, no deposit was received. They said that the agent didn't make them aware of the 50,000 Rand deposit. Now this is a lie because the agent specifically requested that this gets added to the offer. So another red flag, yeah. But then all of a sudden, the buyers said that they will pay it by the end of the day. Guess what? The next day arrives and no payment. And no responses to calls and messages. Red flag. It was at this point that an email went out to the buyer from the lawyers, basically saying that the deposit is due, we've been trying to reach you and there's been no response. I mean, the lawyers had already started with the transaction, so costs were being incurred. And remember, buyers are liable for property purchase costs. Then, eventually, later that day, to our surprise, a WhatsApp comes through from the buyer saying that the funds have not been released and they will reapply in a month. But reapply for what? The funds or the property? It didn't make sense. Red flag. When I saw this, it was completely over in my mind. I was giving it the benefit of the doubt, even though my gut was telling me something's off. That was the moment when every red flag clicked into place and I wrote it off in my mind for good. Now, fast forward to the 26th of September. We still hadn't heard anything from them since the WhatsApp message. A lawyer's letter now went out saying they are in breach and they have 7 days to remedy by paying the full purchase price, failing which I, as the seller, have the option to cancel the agreement and hold them liable for damages suffered, including agent's commission and lawyers' wasted costs. The 7 days passed, and more days and weeks, and no communication was received from them whatsoever. They completely disappeared. So obviously, it was a no deal. And you know, I still can't work out the reason why someone would do this if they know they don't have the money to buy the property. Was it complete delusion or someone intentionally trying to scam? Whatever the reason, a reminder to people out there that are doing these things. A signed offer to purchase is a binding legal contract and not something you can just willy-nilly enter into. You can be sued and incur a lot of money for no reason. So beware, the law will catch up with you. My advice from a seller's perspective is, if it's a cash deal, insist that the buyer put down a deposit immediately on offer signing date of 50 to 100,000. It's not an unreasonable request. I mean, if they have 4.5 million to spend on a property, then they should have 100,000 for a deposit now. And if they don't agree to this, it is a red flag. If there's no deposit requirement, and let's say the purchase price is due in 60 days, for example, All that time could pass with you thinking that your house is sold, but then no money materializes. And from an estate agent's perspective, do you carry on marketing or not in this instance? It's a gray area because it's kind of still up in the air and not a concrete sale. So in conclusion, some tips. If it's a cash deal, the buyer should pay a deposit due immediately. You have the right to know where the funds are coming from. The buyer should provide proof of funds. Trust your gut, there are scammers out there. And always work with experienced and reputable lawyers. Don't ignore the red flags. So this all happened very recently, and obviously that deal fell through. But Project W has subsequently sold. You'll need to watch Project W episode 7 for all the details. Link above. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.
And importantly, my YouTube stats show that only 34% of you watching right now are subscribed to the channel. It's easy and free. Just make sure you logged into your Google account and hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow and you'll never miss an episode. And you guys need to let me know what you want to learn from me in the series. Comment below.
Flipping Johannesburg is constructed by Saint-Gobain and Steve is outfitted by Curve Gear.